Hello everybody, welcome back to the Moonshadow Garden. My name is Nathalie Neumann and this is your July reading. If you see me glance down here somewhere, this is where I have my notes for the month, and we will start with the general setting of July before we move into the pick a card section. So, what's most important in July is the company you keep. And I cannot stress this enough because currently we have a lot of fear management going on. Now, what is fear management and what do I mean by that? It's when I talk about people, organizations, companies, labels, you name it, that thrive off of other people's anxieties, worries, and fears. So you'll notice that basically every topic can be turned into a conspiracy theory. So either the aliens are among us, or I don't know, it's the reptiloids, flat earth theory, vaccines going to kill us. I'm not to say that there are certain opinions that are right or wrong. What I'm talking about is the way people talk about this. If it seems very manipulative, if it's not very, I want to say calm or calming, but if it divides people into, you have to be careful, watch out who you're talking to, maybe this isn't a human being, it just looks like one, all of this is where there's a lot of manipulation going on currently. And I just want you to be aware that everybody who knows the truth is playing games. Nobody on here knows the truth. We don't know shit. We don't know where we're going when we die. We don't know basically who we are, how we came here. This is all a magnificent journey that we're on. But the truth, the one singular truth held by a group of people who claim to free you through making you worried and feeling more paranoid and anxious. Ugh. So any kind of conversation that you're having about any kind of topic, it could be, I don't know, baby food. It could be anything. The way you notice how people are on social media, but also in real life, is very emotionally charged, I would say. And in July, it's going to really climax. It's going to be really hard to have a neutral discussion or conversation. So I would suggest not taking part in any of those discussions because it's really going to just add fuel to the fire. Your words will be taken out of context. And again, there's a lot of emotionally charged heat going on. It's like that kind of fiery energy where people are jumping at each other, and it's like that cutthroat kind of conversations that are being had. So yeah, again, remember that there's just a lot of emotional manipulation going on. And even if you're aware of it, and even if you see them, it's going to be hard to talk to people out of, I don't even want to say talk out of, but even talking to people is going to be really hard because people who are experiencing a lot of fear and anxiety in their worldview, they're running on their survival mechanism. So this is basically amygdala Armageddon, where the amygdala is just firing any fight, flight, freeze, fawn response, right? What you can do in July is to really stay grounded and calm and use any tool that is available for you where you know that it's going to ground you. Maybe running, swimming, sleeping, reading a good book, taking a shower, and taking long walks, yoga, meditation, you name it. You know what's working for you. But really have a solid foundation, a solid practice in place so that you don't get swamped with that kind of wave that's going to come that is really like that heat emotional heat, also temperature heat if you're in the northern hemisphere, right? We meet up here should stay in a very calm, and the word that I want to use is unagitated. Unagitated waters is what we're going to represent to kind of balance that emotional fire. Calm waters. So let's look at the 3 cards that you can choose from. So we have the deer, we have the mouse, and we have the robin. So as always, I'm going to give you a little time here, maybe 4 or 5 seconds. Pick the first one that jumps out for you in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We'll be starting with the deer. Hello, deer people. Whoo! So you are going to be the ones in this group here who will have the most challenges staying grounded, but also talking to people. You're also the one who's provided with the most energy, the most force, the most, bravery to go out in the world at the moment. So what we have here is the Force, the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the King of Cups. That's the word I'm looking for, and the 5 of Wands. So lots of wands and lots of, discussion, quarreling, blah. So heed the call, heed the advice that I sent you, heed the advice that I've already talked about in the beginning when I say don't take part in unnecessary discussions. But you will be pulled in. There will be many triggers along the way in this month. They're just like, hey, come here. This is really important. This is close to your heart. You have to say something about it. Otherwise, the crazy people will just take the reins and no, you take the rein. You have that clear heart. You don't need to act so much. You don't need to do so much. It's really about embodying that calm water. Now this sounds really hard and difficult, but again, remember, you're equipped with the power to do this. You'll also, I know that for some of us here, this is a little bit scary, Mary, because maybe you've been surrounded by people who are in that kind of anxiety loop. And you know how that kind of anxiety and fear starts to spread once you talk to people who you really trust and think that are clever and clear. And maybe there are 1 or 2 people in your field who have maybe lost that kind of clarity, and they're working in survival mechanism, and they're able to mask it so well that you can't really see it. So you have to trust your gut instinct, and you have to really embody that kind of calm. Which, of course, you pick the deer. And the deer is the animal of the heart, the animal of emotional empathy. And you're going to pick up on so many different things in the month, that having that clear boundary, and also be aware that you could be very much in that kind of victim mentality of why me? Why do I have to go through this? Why am I experiencing this? Like being at the mercy of your own emotions. But as I've mentioned, water, calm water is the thing that you want to be. So I think you're the guys and the girls who will profit most out of swimming and meditation. And early bedtime, early, 10 p.m. I know, for some of us that's really early. But if you can manage to get a good amount of sleep this month, do it. There will be, again, so many people that are kind of picking at you and maybe asking your opinion, and you have to kind of hold back and be that serene person in your field that keeps everyone grounded and sane. So This is your job, dear, this month. There's practically nothing more to tell you other than don't be triggered too much. I know that it sometimes looks like we're in the Nutcracker house and everybody lost their bolts. But you know that life isn't that kind of, it's not as, I don't want to say magical, but it's basically, if people think that Star Trek and the Klingons are real, and there's a whole different kind of magic to this life that is very earthy and very honest and very clear and heart-centered, and you know that kind of magic, and this is the thing that you should embody and have to embody in this month while everybody's running wild and looking for the aliens. That's just my advice for you, dear. I know you can. I know you have the force. I mean, it's in here. You're brave. I know you don't tell yourself that very often, but you're the brave ones. Have a good July, dear. Okay, next up, we move to the mouse. Hey, mouse people. So, mouse people, so the thing that's going to happen in July for you is that there are people close to you in your proximity that are not having the best kind of time. And I know that you, being the mouse, and the mouse in July is resourceful. To be a mouse in July is every fruit is ripe. There's good weather along. You're having all your babies, like all that kind of generosity that you have energetically. You want to spread that onto other people, which brings up the knight, the inner knight, the savior archetype who wants to jump in and create a better life for other people. Because I have the tower in reverse here, and I don't see that this is for you. This is other people who are really having that kind of tower moment that is sometimes hard to watch, especially if you've seen it coming. And hold your tongue. Don't tell anybody, I told you so, even if you've seen it coming, because your senses, since you picked the mouse, are so, your sensitivity is so strong that you're picking up on everything. Also, we have the moon in reverse, which is everyone around is kind of in that lunacy and believing stuff and being very fearful, and you can clearly see through all of that, and you really want to ground people. But don't do it out of the savior kind of energy. This is not where you want to move from. Where you actually want to move from is the Knight of Wands in reverse, which is practically just holding space. Not too much agitation, not jumping into action, but being really the one who holds the room. And this is going to be hard work for you. Holding that kind of charged field with that calm clarity for a mouse person, that is a challenge in itself. So as I've said in the beginning, every tool that is available, I feel like mouse for you, it's reading and also taking long walks. If you can manage to go into a forest, that would be perfect for you. It's just keeping grounded, walking barefoot, and probably not taking in any more media consumption, any screen time, any screen time that you can reduce. I would go for that. Yeah, but what I'm seeing here is just that you have the widest range of helping people through observation. Just knowing for yourself that you know your truth and you can hold your truth without necessarily spending any kind of energy on any unnecessary discussions for people who won't get you at the moment. It's going to be easier once we move into autumn. But for now, it's like, you're the space holder, mouse. Yes. And you'll do great. I know that. We move on to the Robin. Hey, Robin people. So for you, out of all the three animals that we have here, you have, I want to say, the calmest month. So we have the Hanged Man here. There any plans that you have about being active, about I don't know, moving or taking part in parties or going out or whatever, you know that things are going to move a little slower. And also, you don't really feel like doing much anyway. So this is, if you're feeling calm and easygoing in July, you're at the right point in your life. You're going with the flow. Any words that you utter, and you won't say much to people, but any words that you say will reach their goal. So I would pick my words very clearly. Any message that you want to communicate, it's going to have an impact. So remember that your influence that you're giving out to the field that you're influencing, which is your family, your friends, your social media field, whatever you put out there has a really strong influence on others. And going back to the general reading, you know what that means, right? So you don't have to say much, but everything should be in that calm and grounding energy, so you can really bring people back down from that kind of emotional state. What's also going on is that you're already prepping for August and autumn, I want to say. There's a lot for you to choose from. So there are different kind of routes that you could take. And now is the time to really sit back and look at all the options that are in front of you. Just to become clear on where you actually want to go. It's not that you have to become active and choose right now. That's not about choosing. It's just about being very clear, having lists about the options that you have in your life currently. And then next month, maybe choosing where to go. But this month, it's really calm. Again, we come back to trusting, Six of Cups. I would say if there are any computer games that you enjoyed playing as a kid, or any tabletop games, or anything that is any game or book series or films or TV series that you enjoyed watching as a kid, I would go rewatch that for comfort. This month is really a lot about comfort. I see you guys chilling on the couch and taking it easy and slow. Really important for you to recharge. Also, we have the Hermit here, which is perfectly flows into that kind of whole topic of drawing back. Redrawing? Is that a word? So really take it calm. Take it slow. And people will respect your withdrawal. You don't have to fight for that. Just tell people what you're doing. But yeah, this feels really calming, Robin. I'm almost a little bit envious. I want to be in your space. That's really good. So I think that's it for the month. It was really quick this time around, but it's very clear July. So much heat. We gotta be the water. We take a Bruce Lee and say, be water, my friend. So have a beautiful month ahead, and we will talk to each other very soon.